Welcome to our deep dive today.
Yeah.
We're going to be looking at motivation and mindset,
Okay.
but not the usual stuff,
Right, right.
We've got these excerpts
Yeah.
from all kinds of people, motivational speakers, philosophers,
Yeah.
even just everyday people.
I like it.
And we want to find those like
Yeah.
real nuggets of wisdom,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
stuff that makes you think,
Absolutely.
not just, the same old stuff.
The cliches.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
get ready for some
Mm-hmm.
interesting ideas about resilience, self-belief,
Yeah.
even like the power of silence.
What I think is so interesting about these excerpts
Yeah.
is they challenge the assumptions about success.
Right.
They say it's not just about goals and hard work,
Yeah.
but all this psychology,
Oh,
the
absolutely.
emotions.
Yeah. And like we always hear
Yeah.
that you can achieve anything
Right.
if you set your mind to it.
You put your mind to it. Yeah.
But one of the excerpts says belief is 50% of the success.
That's interesting.
It's not just about the goal.
Right.
You have to believe it.
You really have to believe you can get there.
Yeah. And it made me think of that, like untapped potential.
Yes.
They even use the phrase limitless potential,
I love that.
which sounds kind of,
It's a little out there.
yeah,
But
but it makes you think,
it does.
how much do we underestimate ourselves? How much do we hold back?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah, and then there's this story about
Yeah.
someone who's really successful,
Uh-huh.
like
Yeah.
financially,
Okay.
but they still felt empty.
Wow.
And it just shows
Yeah.
it's not all about external success.
Right.
It's more about your values and purpose.
I think that's so important. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, external things, they fade.
Yeah,
But purpose,
yeah,
that sticks with you.
it does. And speaking of challenges,
Yeah.
I was struck by how they look at negativity.
Oh, yeah.
Like one excerpt asks, are you going to use negativity
Yeah.
to get shy and sit in the basement?
Yeah.
It's more about like
Yeah.
proving the doubters wrong.
Right. Like using it as fuel.
Exactly. And that ties into
Yeah.
how adversity builds character
Yeah.
and strength.
That's a good one.
One excerpt compares life to a wheel
Oh,
with your goals as the axle.
interesting.
Without that axle,
Right.
you're just spinning.
Free a direction.
Yeah,
Goals give you that structure.
Yeah.
And then the challenges, they're like sandpaper.
I like that.
They smooth out the rough edges.
Yeah, reminds me of kintsugi,
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
they
All right.
repair broken pottery with gold.
Yeah. It's amazing.
It's like our challenges make us more beautiful,
Stronger.
stronger. Yeah, and there's this whole idea about
What's that?
discipline and consistency.
Yes.
One excerpt says,
Okay.
procrastination is a thief.
Ooh. I like that one.
It steals your time and potential.
Stealing time. Yeah.
You have to take action.
Absolutely.
Don't delay your dream.
And it's not always big actions.
Yeah.
It's about like
Yeah.
the highest minimum.
In your daily routine.
Yes. Like even if you just exercise a little.
On the bad days.
Yeah. Just keep that baseline.
Yeah.
There's a story about this
Okay.
speaker who practiced every day,
Wow.
even when he was tired.
Wow.
He said it's better than zero.
That's commitment.
It is.
So it's like consistency, even in small things,
Yeah.
leads to big progress.
Over time. Exactly.
And then there's this idea of
Okay.
the quiet strength of success.
Interesting.
Like one excerpt says, let your silence be loud.
Mm.
It's about focusing on the work,
Okay.
not bragging about it.
Letting the work speak for itself.
Yeah, they even say
Yeah.
success is the quietest revenge.
I love that.
It's so satisfying
It is.
to prove the doubters wrong.
Quietly.
Yeah, without saying a word.
Just by doing it.
Yeah, and it comes back to self-belief. Like they say, convince yourself,
Yeah.
even when the odds are against you.
Powerful stuff.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it takes courage,
To trust yourself like that.
Yeah, especially when others doubt you.
For sure.
So you got to define success
Yeah.
on your own terms.
Absolutely.
But then we get to this other idea
Okay.
about acknowledging our dark side.
Our dark side.
Yeah, it's essential for growth.
Mm.
They even say,
Well.
if you don't acknowledge your dark side,
Mm-hmm.
you're not really a good person.
Whoa.
It's a lot to think about.
Yeah, it really makes you think about
Right.
what it means to be good.
Yeah, like maybe it's not about
Yeah.
suppressing our flaws,
Right.
but integrating them.
All parts of ourselves.
Yeah, the good and the bad.
Yeah. And they even say embracing our darkness can bring us closer.
Really.
Yeah.
How so?
Like
Yeah.
when we're vulnerable,
Mm-hmm.
we connect more deeply.
Showing our true self.
Flaws and all.
Yeah. And there's this emphasis on redemption.
Oh, yeah.
Like they say, every moment
Yeah,
is a chance to turn it all around.
that's helpful.
It is.
Gives you a second chance.
Yeah, like we're always evolving,
Right, it's a process.
not a finished product.
Exactly.
And that brings us to self-discovery.
Oh, yeah.
One excerpt says,
Okay.
you're not what anyone tells you are,
Mm-hmm.
not even yourself,
Wow.
because you don't understand
Yeah.
your limitless potential.
We limit ourselves
We do.
based on expectations
Duh.
and past experiences.
And we're in a box.
Trapped.
Yeah.
And to break free,
Yeah.
you have to see the box.
Become aware of it.
Exactly.
The one speaker even says our anger
Mm-hmm.
might be from our childhood.
Childhood.
Yeah, like deep down.
Interesting.
And we might be reacting to
Yeah.
things in the present,
Mm-hmm.
but it's really our parents
Wow.
and what they didn't give us.
Like baggage.
Yeah.
We carry it with us.
And it affects everything.
Relationships, our behaviors.
So we have to become aware of it
see the pattern
and heal.
That's so far.
And that's where mindset comes in.
Mindset. Yeah.
One excerpt says,
Okay.
got to learn to select your thoughts.
Select your thought.
Yeah, like you select your clothes.
Interesting analogy.
It is, right?
Yeah.
We can choose our thoughts.
Like our mental wardrobe.
Exactly.
Wow.
And just like
Yeah.
you wouldn't wear a torn shirt.
to a meeting.
Yeah, we don't have to entertain
Right.
negative thoughts.
The ones that don't serve us.
Exactly. But it's hard
It is
to make that choice.
because it's all on autopilot.
It is.
So one speaker says
Yeah.
you have to master your thoughts.
If you can't,
Yeah.
you're in trouble.
It's true.
So we have to notice
Mm-hmm.
our internal dialogue,
Yeah.
the stories we tell ourselves.
The judgments.
Yeah. And create space
Space between thought and reaction.
to choose a better response.
Yeah. A more empowering one.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then one speaker says,
What?
make that contact now.
Now.
Send it now.
Yeah, no,
Go it now.
Take action.
Don't wait.
Break it
On
down.
smaller steps.
And just start.
Yeah, even a small step.
Can make a difference.
It can.
And sometimes
Yeah.
that action is just
Mm-hmm.
changing your thought
Reframing.
or setting a boundary.
It's about
Yeah.
taking control,
Yeah.
creating change.
And remember,
Yeah.
even when you take action,
Huh?
you might not see results right away.
Right.
But one speaker says,
Yeah.
the perfect moment is now.
Now.
But also,
Yeah.
some days you give
We
everything.
see nothing.
Yeah,
It's discouraging,
it is.
but you have to.
Stay committed.
Yes.
Trust the process,
It's a journey.
not just the destination,
Exactly. And that brings us to the core message.
which is
Just keep going.
keep going no matter what.
Challenges.
Keep learning. Keep
You have everything you need
inside you.
to create the life you want.
But don't give up on
Just
yourself.
never give up on yourself.
That's the most important thing.
It is. We've been talking about all this like deep stuff.
Yeah.
Self-belief, embracing the darkness.
Right?
But how do we actually like live
Yeah.
it?
How do we put it into practice?
Exactly.
Well, one excerpt says,
Okay.
you got to be willing to pay the price.
For your dreams.
Yeah, like it says,
Yeah.
think about all the things you won't give up for your dreams.
Okay.
And that's exactly what the person who beats you
Wow.
will give up.
It's a good reality check.
It is.
It's not just about goals. It's
Yeah.
about making tough choices, sacrifices even.
Yeah, giving up what's comfortable.
Yeah. For something better.
And it's not always huge sacrifices.
Right.
It's the everyday choices.
Like what we say yes to.
Yeah, and no to.
There's this one excerpt that says,
Yeah.
winning doesn't know who you are.
It doesn't care, and it wants to see you suffer.
That's intense.
It is.
It's true.
It's like success demands
everything.
your full commitment.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
It's not just visualizing it,
No.
like the law of attraction.
Right.
You got to put in the work.
Embrace the grind.
Yeah, the right path is rarely easy.
Exactly. And you know
Yeah.
that there's this pull between
Mhm.
comfort and growth.
Right.
One excerpt asks,
Okay.
are you going to stay here and be happy? It's not saying comfort is wrong,
Right.
but it makes you think
About the consequences.
of staying in your comfort zone.
Yeah. It's a choice we all have to make.
That is
Stability or growth.
predictability or pushing your limits.
And they ask this question.
Okay.
What gifts are you suppressing
Wow.
by staying comfortable?
It's powerful.
It is.
It's like we might be sacrificing our potential.
for comfort.
And that ties into how growth comes from discomfort. One
Yeah.
speaker talks about hardship, suffering, pain, crying.
All of it.
Don't shy away from
It
it.
makes you stronger.
He says,
Those moments when you feel like breaking,
yeah,
those are the catalysts for growth.
it's like sometimes growing and breaking
feel the same,
Yeah, you have to break down.
to rebuild stronger,
But sometimes the breaking comes from within.
and not an outside event.
It's
You're
realizing.
holding yourself back.
Exactly. One excerpt just says,
Yeah.
you need to work on yourself.
Take ownership.
Yeah. And they give some advice.
Okay.
Progress, little by little,
Small changes.
every day.
They even say every day won't be perfect. We're focused on progress.
Not perfection.
Let go of that pressure.
Embrace the messiness.
Because setbacks happen,
They do.
but one speaker says you're never at the bottom.
You're always higher than you started.
It's a good way to look at it.
It is focus on how far you've come.
Not how far you have to go.
Exactly. And sometimes the
Yeah.
biggest obstacles,
Are ourselves.
one excerpt says,
Okay.
don't try to be soft.
Don't be the victim
Take responsibility.
for your own life.
Choose empowerment.
Yeah, and this one speaker
Yeah.
uses a metaphor
Oh, yeah.
about your environment.
Okay.
He says, don't stay where people don't value you
Mhm.
because you'll shrink your gift.
To fit in
It's like your growth is stunted.
by your surroundings.
So we have to surround ourselves
With people who inspire us,
who challenge us.
who see our potential.
It's crucial.
And it's not just external.
Right.
One excerpt says, if
Yeah.
you can't master your thoughts,
You're in trouble.
you got to be aware.
Of your inner dialogue.
Choose empowering thoughts.
It's like
Yeah.
we're gardeners of our minds.
We choose what to plant.
What to weed out.
And one speaker says,
Okay.
select your thoughts like your clothes,
I like that.
curate your mental landscape.
Yeah.
But it's not enough to just think.
Right.
You got to act.
One speaker says, attack things in the moment. It's not just about you.
It's about the example you set.
Show up authentically,
Pursue your goals.
with passion, and
Ah.
inspire others.
Sometimes
Uh-huh.
taking action means
Yeah.
stepping outside your comfort zone.
It means things that scare you.
Embrace the unknown.
Trust the path.
And even when you take action.
Sometimes you don't see results.
Right.
One speaker says,
Okay.
there will be days you give everything.
And see nothing.
It's tough.
But he says,
Yeah.
keep climbing even when you slide back.
Just keep climbing.
Focus on the long game.
The overall trajectory.
Don't get caught up in the day-to-day,
Believe you're moving forward.
even when it doesn't feel like it.
And it all comes down to
What?
belief.
Belief. Yeah.
One speaker says,
Mm-hmm.
if you want it bad enough, don't let anyone tell you you can't.
Not even yourself.
Your beliefs shape your reality.
Believe in yourself.
Unlock your potential.
Silence the doubt.
Replace it with possibility in yourself.
Even when it's tough.
Trust that you have what it takes,
You do.
but you don't have to do it alone.
Right.
Find support.
Mentors.
Friends.
People who align with you.
And as we go to the last part,
Yeah.
I want to ask you,
Okay.
how can you own your growth?
What steps can you take
Even small ones.
to cultivate empowerment and
Great.
resilience
We'll explore this more.
in the final part?
Stay with us.
So we've talked about believing in ourselves and like pushing past our comfort zones.
Yeah.
But one thing that keeps coming back to me
What's that?
is self-discovery.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how do we really get to know ourselves?
Deep down.
Yeah, not just the surface stuff.
Right. The motivations,
Business.
the things that hold us back.
Exactly. And one excerpt says,
Yeah.
you're not what your parents or friends tell you you are, not even what you tell yourself.
Interesting.
Because you don't truly understand
Yeah.
your limitless potential.
Like we have this
Yeah.
limited image of ourselves.
Yeah, shaped by everyone else.
Yeah. Expectations and experiences.
Well, until we see those limitations, we can't break free.
One speaker even says
Yeah.
our anger
Our anger.
might be from childhood.
Right.
Deep down. Like
Yeah.
he says, we might be reacting to someone,
Yeah.
but it's really our parents.
And what they didn't give us?
Like baggage.
Unresolved stuff.
Affecting everything.
So how do we unpack that?
How do we heal?
Yeah, how do we become more aware?
Well, one speaker says
Okay.
you got to select your thoughts.
Select our thoughts.
Yeah, like you select your clothes.
Like our mental wardrobe.
Exactly.
So we can choose
Yeah.
which thoughts to wear.
And just like
Yeah.
you wouldn't wear a torn shirt.
To a meeting.
Right. You don't have to entertain
Negative thoughts.
the ones that don't serve you.
But how do we do that?
When it's all on autopilot,
Yeah.
you have to become aware,
Of our thoughts.
he says.
If you can't master your thoughts,
Uh-oh.
you're in trouble.
So notice the stories,
The assumptions.
the judgments
between
thought and reaction.
to choose a better response.
A more empowering one.
And then he says,
Yeah.
make that contact Now.
Now.
Send it now.
Do it now.
Don't wait.
Take action.
Break it down.
Into smaller steps.
And just start.
Even a small step
Can create change.
And sometimes that action is just
reframing a thought.
Or setting a boundary.
It's about taking control.
And remember, even when you take action, results might take time.
One speaker says, the perfect moment is now.
Now.
But some days you give everything.
And get nothing.
It's tough.
It is.
But he says, just keep going.
Even when it's hard.
Trust the journey.
It's not just the destination.
And that brings us to
the core message.
Just keep going.
No matter what.
Stacks. Keep growing.
Peach.
You have everything you need
to create the life you want.
Don't give up.
On yourself.
Never give up on yourself.
That's powerful.
It is. And on that note, thanks for joining us on this deep dive
into motivation and mindset.
We hope you found it valuable.
Until next time,
keep exploring,
keep questioning,
and keep striving
for your full potential.